Eddie Jones at work. Credit, PA. Premiership Rugby Chief Executive Mark McCafferty expects Eddie Jones' training methods to be put under the microscope at next month's Professional Game Board meeting. McCafferty also admitted that club-country relations in the English game have hit something of a roadblock over the past few days on the subject of injuries sustained during Jones' training camps. Yesterday, Jones responded to the criticism of Bruce Craig by suggesting that the Bath owner had no right to tell him how to prepare a side for a test match. England's head coach also said that he had not seen any figures to suggest an unacceptable level of training injuries. The PGB Summit will be held in the week of England's second test against South Africa and attended by representatives from Premiership Rugby, the Rugby Football Union and the Rugby Players Association. Key players reveal all. What is training really like under Eddie Jones? Citing the Professional Rugby Injury Surveillance Project (PRISP) report on the 2016-17 season, which stated that 36% of injuries across the English professional game had occurred during training, McCafferty stressed the importance of a data-led discussion. Are we concerned about injuries happening in England training? Yes, and it's the same for club training, he said. That's an area that's more controllable. We should be able to start bringing those injury rates down in training. Eddie Jones hits back at Bath owner Bruce Craig over criticism of training methods. What really happens in a Jones training session? https://t.co/xbeef2e9, Telegraph Rugby, at Telegraph Rugby, May 31, 2018. The body that is charged with doing that is the Professional Game Board. It will meet again in June and that will be one of the top items to be discussed there. Training injuries are something we should bring down. The only way that the English system works is through collaboration. I wouldn't expect a club to say that an English coach has no right to come into our club and see what we're doing. We've worked very hard over the past few years to bring that level of collaboration up. Mark McCafferty, Chief Executive at Premier Rugby. Credit, Getty. It's probably hit a bit of a road bump in the last few days with the comments that have been made, but we'll try to surpass that and come back to a form of collaboration around sharing data, understanding the issues and being very specific about what has happened, why it has happened, could it have been avoided, and getting through that. That's why, when the dust has settled and the emotion has gone out of it, we can take more of an analytical view of it. But it has to work on the basis of collaboration in England, whether it is the club saying to England what is happening at club level or vice versa. Bath prop Eno Obano severely damaged ankle ligaments during an England training session in Brighton last week, compelling Craig to hit out at the attrition rate of Jones' camps. Meanwhile, follow-up studies to the PRISP report have revealed that Premiership clubs are undergoing an average of just 30 minutes of contact training per week. McCafferty added that the facts would be on the table at the PGB meeting. I think Eddie was gracious enough to say that nobody within his team is telling him that there are injuries, but if the data shows otherwise then he would have to take notice of that, and he would want to take note of that. At that point, collaboratively, we have to work towards getting injuries to these key players down. That comes down to collective player management. Eddie has been consistently supportive of the dialogue with directors of rugby. He says it's very good. The management of the key players is very good. Everything up to this point has been very collaborative. We've hit a roadblock. We've got to see how significant that roadblock is and find a way around it.